The Palworld Pokemon mod has been taken down by Nintendo, and honestly, I didn't care about it before that happened because I'm not an idiot. I knew this dude was going to be a scumbag about it just from how this was set up. Full video on my YouTube tomorrow. So no, this wasn't just some modders just immediately went to make a Pokemon mod. We had a large YouTuber gatekeeping it and then putting it behind a paywall. And a lot of people are saying that's the reason why Nintendo took it down. However, Palworld has immediately become a massive success and competition for Nintendo, so Nintendo doesn't want to have their IP associated with that no matter what. Which is why it's a shame this bad actor tried to monopolize it almost immediately, because we could have just seen a natural takedown even if it was free, if it was just a random mod posted to Nexus Mods because the modders were so happy to get Pokemon into Palworld. And let's be real, the mod looked terrible. I don't understand how anyone could get excited for it. It was an obvious cash grab. Pikachu's model was broken from mining. The gameplay that ended up coming out, half the animations didn't work. They just dumped the data mine rigs from Palworld and then squeezed it into the closest looking Pokemon model and made a few tweaks so it didn't completely break. There wasn't anything exciting about it. Also, like, what makes Palworld work is it not being Pokemon. That even though I do fall in love with a lot of the Palworld characters and Wyvern is my everything right now, and I really don't want to hurt it or shoot it if I don't have to, there's at least enough of a distinction between the characters to where it doesn't feel like you're actually shooting a Pokemon. I have absolutely no interest in shooting or harming a Pokemon, even though the idea of a Palworld Pokemon mod that's well done is interesting. But either way, that happened, and this was my favorite response to it. The head of Nintendo's legal team just had an erection so fast and hard, it sent his work desk into orbit. When I first read that, I skipped laughter and went straight to tears. Beautiful. I think what also sold it was I saw this. I know Scooch. I love his content. And I saw, like, this has been disabled by the copyright owner. And it all just, like, hit me at once into something too funny to handle. Also, it's a rare serving of justice, especially in the Nintendo and Pokemon community, to see a scumbag be put in his place. So, at least we got that out of it. As for the rest of the Palworld controversy, there's some pretty good takes out there, so this is from Asmongold. The success of Palworld proves that the only thing customers actually care about is a good game. And that's just facts. Also, it really kind of shows who a deranged hater of Palworld is. They're just like, oh, the game looks awful, the game plays awful, it's like the worst thing ever, it's worse than Pokemon Legends Arceus and Arc and all of them. Like, it's clearly just a rip-off cash grab shill game. Even though it's in early access, it's one of the most finished, playable, good games that's released in years. And it's from an indie company and not some AAA studio putting out garbage like Starfield. AI, slavery, demonetization, copyright infringement, it's a video game. These are pretend problems that people don't actually care about. Good game, people buy game, simple. Haters can't cope, but put so elegantly. No one is buying Palworld out of spite. No one is buying Palworld to stick it to Nintendo. People are buying Palworld because it's a great game. And all of their friends are telling their friends that it's a great game, and then everyone's buying it and playing it together and having a great time because it's a great game. Social media brain rot has made people forget about what organic virality is, and this is just a genuine game doing well, and somehow that's like short-circuiting people's brains now. Also, more controversy falling apart. So, this dude covered how the AI argument against Palworld was a lie, but also the stolen asset thing is a lie as well. Don't fall for the lies that Palworld stole assets. This takedown of screenshots from the video proves that the models are different. All they can say is fantasy animal models are similar to fantasy animal models. Much like how the whole AI thing was a reach, this is also a reach. And the person that created this misleading anti-Palworld video admits to hating Palworld for glorifying animal abuse. Because they're just ill, like everyone else that's boycotting Palworld, and everyone in the Pokemon community that goes on these hate raids, like the whole Game Freak is lazy thing, bring back National Dex. These are vile, hateful people lying for attention. I've been tracking this evil in Pokemon for over a decade, and now it's like spilling over into mainstream because the Pokemon with Guns game that actually isn't Pokemon with Guns spilled over to the mainstream, and now everything has gone completely insane. Oh, but look at that. Ulterior motives and garbage politics leading to lies and fake outrage, but social media has only taught people that they must hate. And the attempted takedowns on Palworld get more and more deranged. That start off with like a few that are kind of close, and now they're trying to find an analog for everything in the PAL deck, and at that point it's like, okay, wait, so the Dragon Quest picture that everyone's been sharing isn't valid, but this is? Nah, y'all are ill. And that's even funnier. Nintendo lawyers are some of the most ruthless in the industry. So yeah, Palworld is allowed to do this. This guy isn't allowed to make a Pokemon mod for it. Further debunking the whole thing about copyright infringement. And further debunking the whole thing about copyright infringement is a recent interview with the developers. The concept for our Palworld originated from the thought, would it be possible to add monster collecting elements to open world survival crafting? And while we did reference the Pokemon series as a great predecessor of its genre, Palworld feels completely different as a game, which I think people realize as soon as they play it. The man is speaking facts. Anyone saying Palworld is a ripoff of Pokemon, therefore it's a bad game, did not play Palworld, and they are being dishonest deliberately. The game has so much depth and charm that when you play it, you can't even say that it's Pokemon with guns anymore. That also goes to the next part. I would even say that Palworld is a lot more similar to Ark in terms of game mechanics. That's also what a lot of people have said, especially people that have played Ark. They go, oh, this is more Ark than Pokemon. This is Ark with Pokemon paint. And then he addresses the controversy. Will this game be able to launch because of all the copyright issues? That feels like an extreme question, but we make our games very seriously, and we have absolutely no intention of infringing upon the intellectual property of other companies. We have undergone legal reviews, and at this moment, there have been no specific actions taken by other companies. I know there have been all kinds of rumors floating around on the internet, but please rest assured and give our game a chance. And that also goes to another thing, like when you read the Pocket Pair blog before Palworld came out, these are passionate developers that made their dream game, and it turned out to be the ultimate gaming experience because they put all of their heart and soul into making the ultimate game. Which also makes these posts much more stupid. Palworld passed the legal audit, and also other lawyers are saying, yeah, Nintendo doesn't have a case here because there's not enough being infringed. But they just can't let it go. They gotta keep on trying to take down Palworld, and sane people, actual humans, they don't care. I would like to say that leftist outrage culture is running out of steam, but no, these posts are still going like crazy viral, and they're getting crazy push as news stories. But at least most people are just laughing it off, and now we actually have the second most played game on Steam of all time. I knew Palworld was going to be good. After watching the trailers, after watching the PAL deck, I got super hyped. All they had to do was deliver the gameplay shown, and they exceeded that, which is rare for developers. But it's not like I didn't have faith in them. I'm like, they're promising a lot. And I'll give them the benefit of the doubt because it looks like they're going to deliver. But even then, someone making this good of a game, that's going to be tough. Nope, they over-delivered, and now it's the second most concurrent played game behind PUBG. Incredible. So, hopefully, this is the last video I have to do on this topic. I just hate bad actors in the gaming space. Influencer greed has ruined so much by exploiting gullible people on social media to where there's nothing organic on YouTube or in the content creation space anymore. And that's super sad. So this dude getting dunked on, that's nice. Not getting as big of a bag, always great to see. And then other people just kind of giving the good takes that need to be covered. Even though Asmon's audience doesn't need any more coverage. But there we go. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Hope you have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.